Man, you're not gonna believe what went down in oil country over the last 24 hours. We've got players owning up in a big way. Trade chatter heating up behind the scenes. Moves that could reshape the whole roster. And a missing piece that's got the locker room buzzing. Every headline feels like a gut punch, and they all tie back to one thing. Our Stanley Cup dream. So take a deep breath, get comfy, drop that like, and let's dive right into it. What makes a great player? It's not just skill, it's how you react when the ice feels like it's melting under your skates. Evan Bouchard lived that feeling firsthand, and he didn't run from it. Thursday night, in the 4-2 loss to the Islanders, he made 2 mistakes that hit the scoreboard hard. But instead of hiding, he faced it head-on. He looked the cameras in the eye and said, "That was a bad play on my part." Straight up, no fluff. It was tough to watch. Puck on the stick, neutral zone, one blink. And here comes Matt Barzal flying through, strips it, buries it on Skinner. Islanders go up 1-0, and you could feel the air leave Rogers' place. The second mistake stung even more. On the power play, he tried to keep the play alive instead of backing off. Bo Horvat jumped it, walked in alone, and scored. Tie game, energy gone, frustration boiling. Coach Knobloch didn't sugarcoat it after. "I've seen Evan play better." Mistakes happen, but we have to deal with the kind of mistakes that are happening. Translation: I trust you, but we can't give games away like that. And that's where the Oilers room shows what it's made of. Mattias Ekholm stepped up like the steady vet he is. Be careful with your criticism. That's who he is. He'll bounce back, and fast. That's the mindset of a group that plays for each other, a team that knows the road to the cup runs through nights exactly like this. And think about it, how many players spiral after a bad night? Not here. In Edmonton, we do things differently. Leadership, discipline, resilience. Those aren't just words painted on the wall, they're in the DNA. That's why, even after a rough one, the faith in Bouchard is still solid. He's 25, he's part of the team's backbone, and he's shown time and again that he can bounce back stronger. For fans, it's a mix of frustration and respect. Yeah, the loss hurts, but you can't hate on a guy who owns up like that. And honestly, that's how championship identity is built. Through storms like these, mistakes turn into motivation, criticism becomes fuel. Because if there's one thing about this group, it's that they learn fast. Bouchard stumbled last night, but tomorrow he'll be skating with fire in his eyes. And that wasn't even the wildest part of the day. Trade chatter's been heating up, and the Oilers front office is playing it cool and calculated. But what's brewing behind the curtain could shake things up big time. The buzz keeps growing. Alex Tuch, the 6'4" power forward from Buffalo, is on Edmonton's radar. And this isn't some random rumor off Twitter. Names like Jeff Marek are backing it up. Tuch's the kind of player who changes the balance of power in the West. Big frame, speed, a sniper's touch, and playoff grit. Think about it. Tuch's had 30-goal seasons, protects the puck like few can, and would bring some serious muscle to Edmonton's top 6, especially with Hyman still out. If the front office is seriously testing the waters, this could be one of the boldest moves of the season. But what's the cost? Prospects, picks, maybe someone from the current core? Fans are already spinning scenarios on social media, trying to play armchair GM. But Tuch is not the only name floating around. Down in Bakersfield, goalie Connor Ingram is gearing up to return to the crease after the trade from Utah earlier this month. He's been grinding in practice and looks ready to start in the AHL again. Don't sleep on him. If Skinner or Pickard stumble, Ingram could get the call-up. The kid's got talent and the right mentality, and in Edmonton, that means something. Imagine if he steals a game when the opportunity comes. The pressure would skyrocket. Of course, there's a numbers crunch too, with Jake Wallman and Alec Regula coming back. The cap's getting tight. There's chatter that Ty Emberson or Troy Stecher could be moved. My guess? Stecher. Veteran guy, decent contract, but his discipline slipped. A couple of bad penalties, some sloppy shifts. And let's be real, this team can't afford mental errors in a year like this. And just to stir things up even more, 3 Oilers scouts, including goalie guru Jeff Salaiko, were spotted at the Blue Jackets Avalanche game. Coincidence? Hard to believe. Elvis Merzlikins and Yegor Chinnikov are the names linked to Edmonton. Merzlikins has a heavy contract but wants a fresh start. Chinnikov's young, skilled, and already asked out of Columbus. Both would add juice, but the cap's tight. This front office will need surgical precision to make it work. Through all of this, one thing's clear. The Oilers aren't standing still. There's a plan, there's pressure, and there's hunger for something bigger. If the right pieces fall into place, the rest of the league better be on alert. But hang on, because the next story hits even deeper. Some absences echo louder than any crowd, and that's exactly what we're feeling with Zach Hyman out. The heart and lungs of this roster, still rehabbing from wrist surgery after that brutal Western Conference final run. The good news? He's expected back in early November. The bad news? The Oilers need to find a way to keep the engine running without one of the most complete players in the league. Hyman doesn't do half-speed. He goes full throttle every shift. First in on the forecheck, last to quit on a battle. Without him, the lineup loses grit, rhythm, and identity. Since arriving in 2021, he's been the model of consistency. 4 straight seasons with 27-plus goals, including that monster 54-goal year in 2023-24. He's vital on the power play, a nightmare for goalies, and the emotional spark that keeps the team pushing forward when things get tough. But what really defines Hyman isn't just his play, it's his presence. Remember that speech after Game 7 last spring? The one where he told everyone to keep their heads high. That's leadership. That's why his absence hits so hard now. You can't replace that kind of heartbeat with tactics or line juggling. With him out, it's time for others to step up. David Tomasek's been getting looks on the top power play. Still finding his groove, but there's promise there. Heavy shot, solid frame, great instincts. Adam Henrique's another steady hand. Smart, composed, knows how to close games. Knobloch trusted him late in that 2-0 win over the Rangers, and sure enough, he buried the empty netter. That's a vet who gets what it means to wear this jersey. Defensively, everyone's got to dig in. Trent Frederick and Kasperi Kapanen have shown some edge, and the team's got to lean into that physical game again. This conference doesn't hand out wins. You've got to earn every inch of ice. Edmonton's got the talent, but it's the grind and the heart that separate contenders from pretenders. Even without Hyman, the Oilers have started the year looking sharper, more focused, hungrier. This is a group that's learned from its scars and now plays with purpose. When number 18 returns, he'll find a team that's been battle-tested and ready. And when that happens, watch out, because every time this team's been counted out, they've come back swinging. 3 stories. 1 message, resilience. Bouchard taking ownership and ready to bounce back. The front office playing chess while the league watches. And Hyman's absence reminding everyone what this jersey truly means. Right now, every detail matters. Every shift counts. And the only question left for you, Oil Country, is this the year we finally turn pain into glory? If you believe it is, hit that like, drop a comment, and let's ride this all the way to the cup.